All right. Good morning, people. So, um, today the stuff I'm going to be talking about is slightly uncomfortable, at least on my end. I think it should be fine for you. But as such, that's a disclaimer, and I'm going to dive in. So, there's three questions really that I want you to focus on, and particularly the last one, and they are: what are you focused on? What are you aiming for? And what is your why? Okay, so for me, it's been all work related for the last 3 weeks or so. Um, as probably most of you know, ever since my Epic manager Noah got COVID um, 3 or 4 weeks ago or whatever it's been, and I was forced to close down my studio at Just You Fitness, the physical location. Um, I've been scrambling, and it was like having to choose to close down for an entire week. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very painful experience. Okay, and that pain, okay, compelled me to work like a madman, trying to come up with a weight loss program system that could be as impactful as the in-person training systems that we have at Just You Fitness. But my desire was it could also be implemented as an online coaching program. And I mean, truth be told, like over the last 2 years, I have done online coaching and training, and I think like like around 20. I didn't count it online clients currently, but the thing is I knew if I was going to scale this, it needed to be much more robust, and some things just had to change. But thankfully, at about that same time, about a week or two before Noah got COVID, a guy by the name of Grant Girsky contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in partnering up with Win and helping him and another guy by the name of Vatche. And just to give you some context, Grant is like a social media influencer. Although you wouldn't get that vibe if you met him in person. He's a very chill, normal guy, and he's a weight loss coach. And he has, after I checked him out, after we talked, 180 followers ish, 184, I don't know, something like that on Instagram. Um, and if you want to check him out, like I have here, go ahead. It's his handle is Grant Girsky. But anyway, chances are, you've seen his stuff before. I had even seen his stuff and thought it was pretty good, and I didn't even I didn't even know it was him. Anyway, and he's been coaching weight loss clients online for a really long time, and he's refined his deliverables, how he does it to the point where it's just a finely tuned machine. And the problem Grant was having was his time. Okay, that was his pain point. So he enjoys creating the programs and the systems, but because I mean, they have so many people and so many inquiries, they no longer have no longer has the time to create customized workouts and plans, and as well as talk to all the new clients and prospects. Okay, Watch, who's also a social media influencer with just a mere 70,000 followers. And like you can check out him. I Vatche Shakarian. I didn't even know what his last name was until I looked it up. Um, has like 70 followers in it. What he's really passionate about is the hands-on coaching and education piece. Right? He likes to do the Zoom calls and talk to people what their problems are and help them problem solve them essentially. And like he is a wizard when it comes to all things weight loss. Um, Truth be told, like he's even taught me a few things. So anyway, Grant and Vatche have been working together for a couple years, but neither one of them felt very confident, nor did they enjoy the time-consuming part of meeting new people and assessing their readiness for change. Okay, and that's where I come in. Um, I've had to move and live and work in 3 different continents, and I love talking to new people and seeing if I can help them, as well as assessing them and seeing if they are indeed ready to change. So essentially, I try to dig to their why. And on the surface, that whole setup just sounded great. Um, and long story short, they found me because I do not have a big social media following. They found me in a trainer Facebook group, and we were chatting and just seemed to, I don't know, just connect. And then they asked me if I would act as a third member of the group and conduct the interviews for prospective clients. Um, and it was intriguing, um, especially after the gym closed because that was very painful. And I was like, okay. So I decided to try it for 30 days after reviewing their systems and deliverables. Okay. So I've been at it for about 20 days so far, and I feel extremely grateful um, and and amazed. Um, I have been able to speak with people from all over the world: Bolivia, Australia, Germany, Pakistan, the UK. I mean, many other places. It's crazy. Like, never in a million years would I think I'd have this opportunity. It's been almost 2 weeks since I started, and I'm shocked at, like I say, how well things are going and how much fun I'm actually having. We now have clients from Kuwait, Germany, the UK, all over North America. Um, and I'm really honestly amazed at the impact this is having, and then super excited about the potential because it is ginormous. Okay. And the whole reason I bring this up is to ask the questions: what are you focused on? What are you aiming for? And what is your why? Okay. We as humans are pretty content staying the same, even if we feel miserable. So, but we like the idea of feeling better and being healthy and losing weight and all that stuff. But yet, for many of us, like myself in the story, we don't take the necessary steps or stick with it. And so the question becomes, why is that? Why don't people change? Okay. And this, and essentially this is why rarely do we change to get something good. We change when the pain of what we are doing and experiencing is more than we are comfortable with and can bear. That's why we change. Okay. We go from pain to pleasure. All right. So I ask again, what are you focusing on? What are you aiming for? And lastly, why do you want to change? Okay. If your why is worth, I mean, this seems like a lot of money to me anyway. If your why is worth $2,000, $3,000, if it's worth that much money to you, chances are pretty high you're going to change. And on the flip side, if your why is only worth about 50 to 150 bucks, chances are you won't. Okay. Um, so dig deep and uncover why you need to change. Okay. And why is that? And the reason you do that is because you'll, if you keep asking the why question, you're going to dig up for the real reason you want to change. Is it just to be healthy, to look better, to feel better? Or is it much more? Is it you feel trapped? Maybe you feel stuck and you feel your life is in a spiral because the situation and the circumstances of your life, you can't go out and play with your kids and grandkids. You can't, you duck people when you see them at Walmart or the shop or while you're shopping because you're afraid of about what they'll say when they see you. Oh my word, you've gained so much weight. What's happened? Are you sick? Um, Maybe you don't feel comfortable being intimate with your spouse anymore because of the way you perceive yourself and the way you look. So those are examples of a very strong why. Maybe it's hurting your marriage. Okay. The point is is when you really sit down and think about why you're trying to change, chances are, if you really think about it and spend time in it, you're going to uncover a $2,000 to $3,000 reason why you want to change. And once you find that, it will compel you to take action. And in relation to my story, I lucked out. Okay, I'm not even going to lie. I knew what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it, but it took the pain of being shut down for a whole week to force me to take action and actually go all in and make the changes that I needed to make. Okay. And I quote unquote knew this. All right. So one of my favorite verses is found in Colossians 3:1. Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Anecdotally, I'm probably saying that. You know what I meant. All right. I have discovered that when my heart and thought life are set on things above, okay, even during difficult times, hard times, and painful times, good things seem to come out of it. However, most of the time it takes a longer than a couple weeks. Um, but most of the time, honestly, most of the time isn't until years later I can look back and see why God allowed, us to move to Brazil or me to go through officer development school or whatnot. Um, but anecdotally, when I've been faithful to setting my thoughts, my life on things above, good things have a tendency to happen. So last time, all right, what I want you to really think on is, what are you focused on? What are you aiming for? And what is your why? Okay. So this is Kellen Lake with Just You Fitness. And I guess I can say Girsky Fitness. And I forget what Vatche's thing's called, but we're going under the umbrella of Girsky Fitness since he has like way more people than everybody else. But anyway, go be awesome and have an epic Wednesday.